Hey YouTube, it's Maisha Marie and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'll be braiding my hair again. It's been about a month and a half since my hair was braided, and I'll be using the same hair that I used last time. It's just a different color. And the color that I'm using this time is 1B. I'm going to use the Cantu to moisturize my hair. I'll need some clips. I'll also be using the Shine Jam Hair Jam and the Elastic QP styling foam. And I also use this hand mirror to see the back of my hair when I have to do the parts in the back. I start off by sectioning my hair, sectioning off the top from the back. And I used to start in the back when I do my braids, but because that's always the hardest part, so I try to get the back. I used to try and get the back out of the way, but now, to me, it's just better to start in the front because that's going to be the part that's going to be seen first. So you want to make sure that's the part that's done perfectly. And I'm using the same braiding method or technique that I did last time, which is putting the knots underneath the braids. But, I mean, that's really pointless because once I flip my hair up in a ponytail, you'll see the knots, so whatever. And I also braided the hair down to the end of my real hair, and that's where I stop. And I just move on until I get all of the braids in my head. And the next day, I went back to braid the hair. Some of them I did the same night. But the next day, I went and braided each braid all the way down to the very end. And this time, what I did was tie a tiny knot at the very end of the braid just to keep them braided until I was able to dip them in the water. Because what I noticed the last time I braided my hair, if you sleep with the braids in your hair overnight, they could get loose while you're sleeping. So to avoid having to go back and re-braid the hair down toward the end again, I just tied a tiny knot to keep it braided while I was asleep until I was able to dip the hair. I really don't want to say how long this process took because I kept stopping, but I will say that I started around 11:30 a.m. and I was done with the last braid at about 8:30. Actually, it was about 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock p.m. And that's just getting them in my head. The other part, which was braiding the hair down to the very ends, I didn't finish that until this morning. But, of course, I slept last night. But yesterday, I kept stopping because I had to eat and fix food and take a break. So, yeah, I took like 2 breaks. Not that long, but just to give you an estimate of how long it took. And I really didn't mind that it took me so long to put these braids in because, like I said, I'll have these in for at least 3 months. Probably right at 3 months, no more and no less. But I didn't mind it because I had a good TV show to watch on Netflix. I was watching Unbelievable. If you haven't watched it, it's only 1 season, so that's kind of negative. But yeah, it's 8 episodes, and that is a really good show. And I was watching that, and I watched a couple movies. So if you got something to occupy your time, just try and watch some TV or, listen to some music or something, and you won't even notice the time. So here I had already dipped the hair in the boiling hot water, and I'm just taking the towel and getting the excess water out. And I put the mousse on my hair just at the part where my real hair is, just to keep that part kind of setted, I guess. And I'm actually liking the black hair more than I like the 27, the color I had last time. Simply because I noticed when you get braided hair that's ombre, the ends where the color starts, it gets very thin in that section. And that makes the hair not as heavy and really light. And that I noticed that with these braids, they weren't as light as the other ones. So hopefully I'll leave these braids in another 3 months like I did the last time. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye.